welcome back. I don't know if this is Vlogmas day 31. I actually just didn't film a whole lot because I enjoy time, but if you were on Instagram, you saw our blind karaoke. We had a great time, but I'm gonna go ahead and insert the footage that I have here. So I woke up this morning and started the day like usual. I didn't sleep super great last night, but that's okay. But woke up and I had no idea that Wicked was releasing. The last time I had seen something was like in March, like the pre-order. I have been watching it this morning, so Vlogmas is not going well. Miss Mabel was just outside, but I don't know. Mabel, oh, are you looking for Max? I think she's looking for the neighbor dog. Were you looking for Max? He isn't out there. You guys already talked today. Oh, already talked today. Asu did. Asu did. Just finished watching Wicked. I was crying, all the things. So, I love it so. They couldn't have casted it better. It was just perfection. Just perfection. Just put in the meatballs in Pomodoro and have them on low so that I know that they're heated up completely through for the party this evening. Everyone's coming around 5:36, and then I'm starting to get things ready for my charcuterie plate. I'm gonna walk you through that whole setup. So I am going to add some ribbon, and what I will end up doing, and I've done this before, you can use some really different things if you think through it. So I'm gonna cut saran wrap, and where anything could touch it, I'm just gonna have wrapped in saran wrap so that like it doesn't impact the food in any way. So I'll just cut little pieces and wrap around these edges, and probably on the underside secure it with some Scotch tape. And then I have these little disco ball picks, and then some other like little disco balls I'll scatter through, a noisemaker, and then I thought I would incorporate this Happy New Year that I saved from an old Happy New Year hat a couple years ago. So that's gonna be the vibe of that, and we will get that set up. We will do that together. So I have been a pretty lousy vlogger on this last day because I have been roped into Wicked, and I just keep watching it over and over again. I am starting to prep the charcuterie, and I like a play on textures and all of those things, and we're gonna start doing that stuff. One thing that I love to do is I love to make crispy prosciutto. So I just have these bunched up really organically. I just like wrap them up, and then I'm gonna put them in our Brava oven for about 400 degrees for like, probably like 10 to 20 minutes. I'll just keep an eye on them until they're crispy and brown. I'm using my Brava because I have everything else going in the oven. I know there's whistling. That's my oven. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is blowing out the air. I love this oven. So there's a lot going on, so sorry for all the background noise. I am gonna start getting out my cheese. Here is the finished tray. It looks so good. So I layered it in my cheese first, then filled in then I put in my fruit and added some of my dried fruit and added some of my fried veg. So I do cheese first, then my grapes, then I put my meat in and save a spot for the crispy prosciutto while it's going. It took about 12 minutes on 400. And then I put in my dried vegetables and then my crostinis and then the nuts to fill in any gaps. And then I have all my picks. and the ribbon, and it just looks so good. I actually tucked the ribbon under the cutting board this time, and I don't hate how it turned out. All right, so this is all set. This is one of the things I wanted to share with you. I sent out a playlist and I had everyone add music to a New Year's playlist. So that will be going throughout the evening. Yeah, I think we're all set. All right, my family should be here in about 15 minutes. And I just thought we'd do a little walking tour of the house. Here's our New Year's Eve tree. This is my favorite house for sure. Like, it's so beautiful. It's a little warm in here, so I have the window open. But we have our cheese tray, well, charcuterie board, fancier than a cheese tray. Everything is keeping warm in the oven. We have our cheers straws. I'm gonna whip together a punch as soon as my sister brings her punch bowl. I need to invest in one. We have the nugget ice maker going. Meatballs are done. Over here, we have things to take photos with. This little buffet turned out so great. Then in the living room here, I have art display that's New Year's themed. Disco balls are glistening. All the things. And then downstairs where I think my nieces will hang out some this evening. We have some lights on. We have this beautiful tree. And then once again, synced up the art so it's all the same. This garland is going. Cushions are ready. The real party animals, though, are back here. The real party animals, though, are right here.
I have to change, but she is a party animal.
She's a party poodle. Oh, actually, she's not.
We went on a over 2 mile walk today. She was not feeling well, but now she's feeling good and she's eating. So she ran like a maniac.
She swam too, right?
Yes. Well, I smelled her. And she smells like her old shampoo. So, I mean, she totally submerged herself in the water. So
she hasn't swam in a while, I feel.
Well, she's waited to kids swam.
So the house is ready, and now we just wait for the family to arrive. Last night, I decided I needed an ice ring, and I didn't have any juice at the time because I decided at the last minute to make a punch. So I just did ice with some rosemary, star anise, cinnamon sticks, anything I had in the house, and we will see how this goes. I'm trying to get it out of the mold currently, which we'll see if that works. I didn't film a whole lot, but really had such a wonderful, wonderful time with my family. It was amazing. And it's now Thursday, I believe. Steven's at work, and I am just puttering around the house, doing the things that bring me joy, and had a really nice, calm start to the new year. I am going to make my mom's vegetable soup for dinner tonight, so I'm also making a loaf of homemade bread. And this bread machine has like seen me through so many loaves of bread. I will link it. I love it. I've had it since about 2020. I adore it, and it always turns out really, really well. So we're on the first knead. It'll walk me through when to remove the paddle, all the rises, everything. About 3 hours and 30 minutes for a 2-pound loaf that will last us the next several days. I went ahead and nothing says new year like a fresh start of the house. So I went ahead and I cleared out all the New Year's and Christmas decor. This is the latest I've ever kept it all up. But going back to work next week, I really just wanted a fresh start to the new year. Also, I haven't seen this house not decorated, so yeah, super happy with it. And honestly now, I have been debating if I even want to add the mantle to this fireplace. We're supposed to get it scheduled now that the holidays are over, and I just don't know. I kind of like the cleanness of the marble, and I figured out a way to add the garland. So currently the mantle is in a guest room closet. Mabel is crashed out downstairs. And yeah, it's the start of a Thursday. Second day of 2025. I started the soup, so it has a long time to cook. So in here, I cut some cabbage on my mandolin, and then added some really thinly, oh, you guys fogged up. And then also added some really thinly sliced, oh, I need you guys to unfog. And then some really thinly sliced carrots. This is my mom's recipe. It'll never taste like hers. So all I've added now are 3 russet potatoes. And I'm going to add some fresh black pepper to that. A healthy amount. I like pepper. And now I'm just gonna add another pinch of salt. Not too much though. Just gonna give this a stir. And then what my mom always used as the base of her vegetable soup was V8, which adds just a lot more serving of vegetables. Back in the day, she used original. I'm gonna use the spicy and a little bit of the original just to balance it out. So going to add that in. So with this, you're getting even more vegetables, but also so much flavor. So I'm gonna add that. And then I am going to add a little bit of the original. Just to thin that out a bit, I'm adding like a little less than a cup of water. Now I'm going to turn up my heat a bit. Gonna give this a good stir. And then once this simmers a while, then I'm gonna add some frozen cut green beans, some frozen corn. I'm gonna add just a little bit more water to this. But that is essentially the soup. And the longer you cook it, just the better it gets. So I have my heat on medium high. I'm just going to let this all come together. Semi-close it. Let the potatoes get nice and tender. Then we'll add in our other veggies. And my goal is, it's like 1 o'clock now, that this can simmer for a couple hours, really infusing all those flavors. We have about 22 minutes left on this loaf, and you can see how much it has risen. It's done its job. This does the proofing, the rise, all of the stuff you need, and to get a great loaf of bread. Our soup has been going for a while, and all I'm going to add now is a small bag of frozen corn and a bag of cut green beans. I'm gonna give that all a stir. And let that continue to cook and come together. Our bread is also done. I think I overfilled my loaf pan a little bit. It bubbled out the top, but I mean, it's still gonna be delicious no matter what. So bread is done, soup is going, dinner is pretty much finished. I'm gonna go work out, get cleaned up, and then probably read a little bit until Steven gets home. So take care of yourself, take care of others, be kind. Kindness is free. Give it to everyone. Until next time, which who knows when that will be. Bye-bye.